نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي رب زدني علما اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا آمين يا رب. So we are going to start rules regarding Muzarf. And you're very well aware that when we talk about muzarf means two huruf of same kind, same jins, they come in one kalima. That muzarf is of two types, muzarf sulasi and muzarf or rubai. And when we talk about sulasi, that is what sulasi mujarrad. And when we talk about rubai, that is means mujarrad. Now you can see madda, it was madada. So because in this kalima two huruf of same type that is dal has appeared, so this is what muzaf. It is known as muzaf from seven types, hafta aqsam. And dadanun. Dadanun is what is noun and two huruf in kalimatul fa and kalimatul ain, they are also of same type or from the same jins. And in Muzaf of Rubai, definitely now two huruf, either they come, means that they come usually in Kalimatul Fa and Kalimatul Lam, Lam Awwal, like Zalzala. Okay, Za, Kalimatul Fa, Lam, Kalimatul Ain, and Za, Lam, and Lam, Lam. Fa'alala, Zalzala, like Hasa, this is Fa'alala. Qalqalatun, that is also Fa'alalatun. Now, because Muzaf has some unique properties and unique way to pronounce it, and there are different changes that take place in Muzaf. And because of that, there is thaqal, means the word becomes heavy. And when word becomes heavy, so to remove that thaqal, to remove that heaviness, there are different types of rules. And as we have been learning these rules, you know that rules of two types, either sama'iyun that we heard from Arab saying so, or qiyasiyun means there's a proper way to form the rule, to form something and form something through a proper procedure, proper rule. That is what qiyasiyun. So means what is the main point for bringing the changes? That is the main point is thaqal. And for means changing the thaqal, there are different ways, and we'll be discussing three ways. And definitely, when we we'll jump into or onto the rules. So first of all, you have to keep in mind that we are going through these rules for removing thaqal, and in removing thaqal, there may be ibdal, change of huruf, there may be idgham, bringing means mudgham and mudgham fi in one harf, and there may be idgham between the huruf. They are qaribul makhraj. They are not of the same makhraj. Qaribul makhraj. When you were learning about makharij in tajweed, you might have noticed that the makharij like jim, ya, how they are taken. So makharij is qaribul makhraj. Two huruf they are means pronounced from the same part of the mouth, but very close part of the mouth. So that's why they are known as qaribul makhraj. So basic idea is to remove what? Thaqal. And for thaqal, remove thaqal, there may be ibdal, there may be hadaf, there may be idgham. Hadaf means to drop. So let's see before moving towards rules, what kind of the ibdal is over there, what kind of hadaf is over there, what kind of idgham is over there, and many more things. So first of all, we'll go through these three things, and then we'll jump into the rules. Then rule, because rules are of three types. Those who are obligatory, mandatory, wajib. Number two, jais, permissible. Number three, mumtani, means prohibited, that you cannot do something. That is what prohibition means. So let's have a look at first ibdal and hadaf and idgham. Then we'll go to the rules, inshallah. So first of all, whatever I have told you, I repeat that in Muzarf, because of their thaqal, to remove the thaqal, different changes take place. And we are going to learn those changes through rules. Proper rules are rules they were heard from Arab. So this is the basic point. So moving forward, the point of thaqal, how to remove thaqal from muzarf that is created due to repetition. Repetition of harf, madada, dadana. This is what madada, that is repetition of dal, huruf. So means how to remove thaqal, heaviness from muzarf. And why that circle is there? Because that is created due to repetition. The first way is ibdal. And ibdal means to change one harf with another harf. This is what ibdal is. So let's go through the change of one harf with another harf is known as ibdal. And it is of two types again. Means changing of one harf from another, means one harf to another harf. That has two types. Ibdal qiyasi, Ibdal Sima'i means heard from Arabs. Ibdal Qiyasi, that we have proper way to form it. So Ibdal Sima'i, you know, is the process of changing of one harf with another harf without applying any rule, but it was only heard from Arabs. Means the change that takes place, that is why, that is because of the hearsay from Arabs that we heard from Arabs doing so. So say for example, we have an example that tazannantu, there are two noon in this kalima. Tazannantu, dhanna yaghunnu, tazannantu. Now to remove thaqal from this haraf, there is ibdal and it is ibdal simai. And the second noon has been changed with ya. So from tazannantu, it is tazannaitu. The second noon is changed with ya. How it was done? We don't know. It was only why it was done? It was done to remove thaqal. Number two, how it was done? It was done by Arabs. We heard from them. There's no proper procedure for that. So that's why this is what ibdale sima'iyun. Ibdalun sima'iyun. Now number two, ibdalu qiyasi. Qiyasi means we have got proper and particular way of changing one harf with another harf. So if there are two huruf of the same kind, means same jins, this is the first we are going to learn. Ibdal, how we are going to learn? We are going to learn that if there are two huruf of the same kind, same jins, and the first of the huruf happens to be sakin. Now there are two huruf of the same type. And what is the second condition? Second condition is the first harf is sakin and the second one is mutarik, which two huruf of same type are there in the one kalima. One of them is sakin. The first of those two is sakin, and the second one is mutaharrik. And the ma qabala both of them is maksur, but the ma qabala both of the huruf is what maksur. Then the first is to be changed into ya. Then what is the rule? Rule is to first is to be changed into ya, not the second. This first, that is what? Sakin. This change is subject to the condition that the kalima should not be on the scale of fi'alun. Fi'alun. Ain, there is tashdeed. So that should not be on the scales of fi'alun. So then the change will take place. So there are three examples over there before repeating the rule. I'll go through the example. You see there's the word divwanun. Divwanun. Now, there are two huruf. Let's examine this. In kalima, there are two hurufs of same type. The first one is sakin. The second one is mutaharrik. And maqabal of both of them is dal, and that is what? Maksur. These are the conditions. So three of the conditions are met. And this word does not come on the scales of fi'alun. So now what we are going to do? We are going to change the first word harf, that is waw, that is sakin, with ya. So from divwanun, it is diwanun, and it's not on the scales of fi'alun. So it is diwanun, Then the second one, din narun. Now see, there are two huruf of the same type. Noon, first one is sakin and second one is mutaharrik. And ma qabala of both of them is harf, that is maksur. So the sakin is going to be changed into ya, so it will be dinarun from dinarun. This is what it is, the result. And the third one is qirratun. So again, there are two huruf in the same kalima of the same jins. Ra. The first of them is sakin, the second is mutaharrik, and ma qabla of both of them is what? Maksur. So now the ra, first ra, that is first harf ra, that is going to be changed into ya, so it will be qiratun. So I hope you understand. For the sake of repetition and for the sake of summarizing it again, I let you know that this is the rule of ibdal, changing of one harf with another harf, and that is ibdal qiyasi. What does it say? That whenever we are going to change one harf into another, there is a proper rule. What is the rule? That if there are two huruf of the same kind or same jins, and the first of the two huruf is what? Sakin, and the second one is mutaharrik, and the third condition is that, then the third condition is that, and the ma qabal of the both of them is maksur. So there are two huruf, one of them is sakin, second is mutaharrik, and ma qabal of them is what? Maksur. Then the first harf is going to be changed into ya. So from divanun it is divanun. From dinarun it is dinarun. From qirratun it is qiratun. Any questions?
No, sir.
MashaAllah, very good. Aman, Sister Reda, any questions?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So now again, coming to the point, to remove thaqal, heaviness from muzarf. The second thing is done is a hadaf, to drop a harf, to drop one of the two huruf. It over here it is looking an of the two huruf, but is one. So e is not mentioned, but I will, while giving you the complete handout, I will bring the change in that, inshallah. Don't worry about that. So hazaf means to drop one of the two huruf of the same kind, same jins, is called hadaf. It's called hadaf, and when it is done, it is in the harf is mahdhuf. So it is of two types again. Hadaf Simaiyun and Qiyasiyun. Simai, you know, that heard from Arabs, and Qiyasin, there is a particular way of doing that. So the type of means this type of hadaf Simaiyu, is not done under any rule. It is done because it was heard from Arabs, e.g. example given. What is that? That the harf masistu. You see there are two huruf of the same type, masistu. So now one scene is what? That is maksur, it is dropped, so it is mastu, hadaf. And dhaliltum, now the first that is maksur, it is dropped, so it becomes dhaltum. Why it is done? It is done to remove thiqal, or thaqal. How it is done? We heard from Arab, so we don't know the proper procedure. Number two, hadaf qiyasi. And hadaf qiyasi means that it is done through a proper rule, proper method. What is the proper method? It says when two tasks come together in the muzari of chapters of tafa'ul and tafa'ul. You know that is what? Thulathi, mazid fi, tafa'ul and tafa'ul. So one of the ta is dropped. That is done mahdhuf. Like, and that is done, mahata has been dropped, takhfifan, to bring or to make it lighter for pronouncing purposes. So like you know the Surah Al-Qadr, there's Tanazzalul Malaikatu. Now it was actually Tatanazzalul Malaikatu. So one of the ta is dropped because to remove the thaqal and to bring it takhfif. So from tatanazzalu, it becomes tanazzalul malaika. Then the other one, tawaharuna alayhim. Actually, it was tatadaharuna alayhim. That is what babu taf'aul, and this is the verb from muzari. So it becomes tadaharuna alayhim from tatadaharun. So one ta is dropped. So this is what hadafi qiyasi. Why we are doing so in muzaf? To make the verb lighter, to remove the thaqal, heaviness. So it is done in only two chapters. When two tasks come together in fi'l muzare, so one ta is dropped takhfifan, and there are two chapters, tafa'ul and tafa'ul. So tatanazzal al-malaikatu, it was tanazzal al-malaikatu, it was tatanazzal al-malaika. And tawaharun alayhim was actually tatawaharun. So one ta is dropped, it became tawaharun. Any questions?
So do you know the second ta?
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't come in the root word, would it? I don't understand why there was two tas.
Yes. Two tas, sister, if you remember, if we just go to the Gardan, يتنزل يتنزلان يتنزلون تتنزل تتنزلان يتنزلن and تتنزلون
Oh,
تتنزلان تتنزلون.
right,
Remember?
okay. Right, mazid fi. Is this what it is?
Yes, means the ties from حروف أتينا علامة مضارع, that is supplied in two sigas of muannas ghaib, three sigas of mudhakkar
No,
hadir, three sigas of muannas hadir.
right, okay. So that's the first ta is alamat al-mudari, but the other ta is that.
Means we are dropping one of the tasks to bring takhfif, to make the word lighter. So we can say the original ta is dropped, because if we drop the alamat muzare, so where is the alamat muzare? So one of the tas is dropped to make it lighter, takhfif, right?
Okay, so.
Very good. Now the third thing is idgham. Now when idgham is done, means two huruf are joined together, so that is what the process known as idgham. The harf that's idgham is done, it is known as mudgham, and into the harf the idgham is being done is known as mudgham fi. The first harf we can say is the mudgham, and the second harf is mudgham fi, right? So before we learn the process of idgham, remember this thing, that in process of idgham there are two huruf. By joining them together, their idgham is performed. So the harf that is to be means made the part of the idgham, the first it is known as mudgham, and the harf into the idgham is done is known as mudgham fi, right? And this can be done of two types, means of the same, means two huruf of the same jins, or the huruf they are qarib al makhraj. So let's see. To read together two huruf of the same kind, same jins, or two huruf, they are qarib al makhraj, is known as idgham. Now, like madda and abatta. Now let me come to this first before moving further. Actually, it was abadda, abadda. Now, dal and ta are qarib al makhraj. You know this thing. Dal, the qarib al makhraj. Now, instead of reading them or making qira'at of both of them together, means separately, because they are qarib al makhraj and their idgham is possible. So it was done abatta, abattu. Now dal is not pronounced anymore. because dal has been changed into ta, and the ta has been made, it means idgham of ta to another idgham, means ta. The first ta that was replaced by dal, it is mudgham, and the second ta is mudgham fi. So from abadda, it is abatta, right? So this is the idgham of the huruf, they are qareeb al-makhraj. It comes in writing, but it is not, it does not come in pronouncing. It comes in writing, but it does not come in pronouncing. It's abbat means abatta. There's no sound of dal. And the second one is badda. Now the harf whose idgham is done is called mudgham, and the harf in which idgham is done is called mudgham fi. In madda, actually madda was madada. The first dal is mudgham and the second dal is mudgham fi. So from madada, it is madda. Okay. How it is done? There are rules. Actually, we are first of all trying to understand the takhfif, the way in which takhfif is done. So you see that this is what madada, and from madada it became madda. So the first dal is mudgham and the second dal is mudgham fi, and in after the doing this process, it becomes madda. This is after the idgham. Okay. Both are of the same kind. Madda, mudgham and mudgham fi. They are read twice in writing. Dal appears once. Means dal appears, but it's when it is read, it reads twice. Madda. Okay. And mudgham and mudgham fi are two, like it means qarib al makhraj sa'idtu. Actually, it was sa'idtu. Now, dal and ta, they are qarib al makhraj, so dal is changed into ta. Definitely, it will be read twice, and dal, it comes and means appears, but is not read. So, in writing, both dal and ta will appear, but in reading, as idgham of both with tashdid, and that is with ta. So, ta will be read. And there is what? Shad tashdid and ta. So this is the process of idgham. Now idgham is of three types. The process of doing idgham, where two huruf of same makhraj are there. Now this process is of three types. One is known as wajib. The second one is jaiz. Number three is mumtani'. One is wajib, that is mandatory. Second one is jaiz, that is what? Permissible. Third one is prohibited, that is mumtani'. Means you are not allowed to do the idgham. So whatever up to now we have done, I repeat or summarize that we are going through the qawaneen of muzarf. And the muzaf, there is one of the reasons. Because of that, there are qawaneen. What is the reason? That because of two huruf of the same kind come in one kalima, the thaqal is created. Heaviness in the pronunciation is created. To remove that thaqal, there are the three types of actions for takhfif are done. One of them is, yes, Aman, one of them is
Ibdal, Ustad.
ibdal. The second one of them is
I'm forgetting it right.
Mr. Simon.
So what was the question?
To remove the takhfif, there are three things are done. The one is what? Ibdal. The second one is
For the
hadaf.
very first.
Hadaf.
Alright, okay, yes, sorry. Hadaf to drop.
And the third one is?
And the third one is
Idgham.
idgham. So sister, repeat 3 of them, then I'll ask Ayman to repeat, then I'll ask sister Rida to repeat. Yes, repeat it.
Right, okay, so the first step is ibdal. Second one is hadaf. Hadaf, is it dad, sir? Or
Dal, hadaf, yes.
oh, okay, hadaf. And then the third one is idgham.
Why do we so do that? Why is that done?
To take away the heaviness. Thaqil.
Thaqal. Okay, very good.
Thaqal.
Okay, brother Ayman, repeat it.
إبدال حذف and إدغام.
Why means you are supposed to tell the reason as well.
We do it to bring ثقالة, to drop ثقالة, sorry, to remove the heaviness of the word.
Okay, and what type of words, verbs?
The ones that have a repetition of letters.
And what are they are called?
I don't know that.
They are called Darussalam Tanzania.
I hope not.
Mudaf.
Yes, they are mudaf. Sorry, yes, they are mudaf.
I hope you are with us. You are not against us.
I am. No, I am with you.
Okay, Sister Rida, please repeat it.
Yes, sir. For muzaf, for no, to remove the heaviness,
Very
fakila
good.
of the word, we do we apply 3 rules.
Very
and
good.
These are called ibdal, hadaf, and idgham.
Very good, shabash. And ibdal is what, sister?
Ibdal is adding, and hazaf is dropping something, and idgham is no, दोनों को जोड़ देते हैं, ऐसा कुछ बोल सकते हैं.
Okay. अच्छा, sister, ibdal. What is ibdal? Ibdal किसको कहते हैं?
Ibdal, changing something.
Change from one harf from another.
Another.
कितनी types है ibdal की?
2 types के हैं, simai and qiyasi.
Very good.
Simai,
and
as we learned from Arab, as they do, simply we do that.
Very good. Okay, the second one, ibdal की बात क्या है?
Qiyas, अच्छा, hadaf.
Hadaf. Very good. Hadaf की meaning क्या है?
Dropping one.
Very good. Letter. Means to drop one harf from 2 huruf of same jins, same type, kind. And third one is what?
Idgham.
Okay, so Sister Saima, idgham is done in how many ways?
Idgham is done I remember the last one. The last idgham.
Yes, idgham is idgham of the same, between same haruf and
idgham with the same harf is the basically tashdid comes on the sakin letter is merged into the mutaharrik letter, and tashdid is given to it, and idgham is done like that.
Actually, idgham, sister, means is done is of 2 types, either between 2 huruf of same kind or jins, or the huruf thereof they're qaribul makhraj. Do you remember?
Okay. Right, yeah, okay, qaribul sawt, yes, I remember now.
Yes, now repeat it, please.
Right, okay, so there's 2 types of idgham. The idgham of 2 letters that are the same, and idgham of 2 letters which are similar as in قريب. You can I call it قريب الصوت. That's how I learn it. قريب المخرج.
قريب المخرج. قريب الصوت you can say, but قريب المخرج, right?
Okay.
Okay, very good. So these rules are understood. Shall we proceed with the rules of wajib?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, brother Eman. Do you have any problem in going through the rules? No problem?
No, Ustad.
Very good.
No.
So we are going to learn these rules of idgham, and these rules, they fall under three categories. There are three types. Number one, that is wajib, mandatory. Number two is jaiz, that is permissible. Then number three, that is mumtani', means prohibited. So when the idgham is wajib, this is the question. At what time the idgham becomes wajib? So when it becomes wajib, we have got three rules of wajib. Number one, that is qaida yamuddu. Number two, that is qaida madda. And number three, qaida maddun. So remember this. Qaida yamuddu, qaida madda. And number three, qaida maddun. So these are the three types of idgham that is done mandatorily. So come to the qaida yamuddu. Yamuddu. Actually, it was yamdudu. Yamdudu. Madada yamdudu. Bab nasara yansuru. Now, idgham over here is to be done in mandatory manner. From yamdudu, it should be yamuddu. So when two mutaharrik huruf of the same kind, means same jins, come in the same kalima, and their maqabal harf happens to be sahi and also sakin. Remember the conditions. There are two huruf of the same type. Both of them are mutaharrik. Or we say two mutaharrik huruf of the same type. They come in the same kalima. And their maqabal is sahi, means this is not harf illat. Alif, waw, ya, this is not harf illat. And that happens to be sakin, means the maqabal is sahi and also sakin. Then the harakat of the first harf is to be given to maqabal, means yam dudu. So the harakat of the first dal. So this zamma is to be transferred to meme, like we have got this. Okay, so it becomes yamu. Now, then the harakat of the first harf is to be given to maqabal, and the idgham of the two huruf of the same kind is wajib. Now it becomes yamu. Dal has been saking, and the second one is what? Mazmum. So there will be idgham, and that is wajib. So from yamdudu, it becomes yamuddu. Right? I repeat this one. We are learning the first rule with respect to idgham, and that is what? Mandatory wajib. And how it is done? It is done when there is a condition. What is the condition? When there are two mutaharrik huruf of the same type, they come in the same kalima. Now in yamdudu, there are two huruf, and they are both of them mutaharrik, and they come in the same kalima. Their maqabal is what? Sahih. Mim is sahih because it's not alif, waw, ya. So it is sahih. If there would be a harf illat, so this qaida is not applicable. So that is sahih, and that is what? Sakin. Now the harakat of the first harf is to be transferred to the maqabal sakin, and now both are supposed to be mudgham. There should be dhagham. Means mudgham is dal first dal and mudgham fi is second dal. So this is the process dal. The process is called the process of idgham. So it became yamuddu from yamdudu. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is idgham, wajib, mandatory. It is to be done. I think we are left with less than 1 minute. So even if the session is going to end, we are going to come for some more time. So this is what the mandatory, idgham mandatory, and its first type is qaida yamuddu. The first rule is qaida